Another sprint stage in the Tour de France, key for the green jersey. Battled Mads Pedersen with a nice lead at the moment, but this is a 70-point stage. So if he gets it wrong and if Philipsen or Bini get it right, it can quickly swing and they can be back level. Bini was only about 55 points behind Pedersen at the start of this stage. But flat stage, intermediate sprints right at the start. Would a team control to put the 25 points in play? We saw Alpecin jumping at the beginning. That's not something people expected. Rain at the start. Alpecin may be sick of controlling with Quickstep without help from the other team. So they jump with Rickaert, Van der Poel, so that they could get into the breakaway. But Van der Poel's marked by Valentin Paripantra, who is unbelievably good for his size on the flat in like these jumping phases. He's so good in break formation. And you see Van der Poel looks behind. It's NSN, Astana, and Quickstep refusing to pull. Manus Court would have pulled for UNOX. They were happy to be in the breakaway. And they do get in the eventual breakaway. So that's it. It's blocked up. Liam Slock tries to jump across. It's got the right teams in it. UNOX just always seem to get allowed to go in breakaways, even though they got a top 10 GC rider and they got a guy who might be able to win Tour de France bunch sprints. At the intermediate sprint, Mads Pedersen goes early. Philipsen comes around him and shows a bit better legs than we saw in week one. He wins this sprint pretty handily. Max Canter third, but the breakaway had taken most of the points, so it was only 2-point differences between all of them as opposed to 5 and 4 points. Anyway, Alaphilippe, Lebert, Oliveira, and Charmig in the break. It gets brought back pretty comfortably. Gaviria has a mechanical with 10Ks to go. It was only like 15 seconds with 9 or 8Ks to go. Even though it was a very, very fast stage, I think the fastest stage in history, over 50 kilometers an hour average, or the fastest stage of this year's Tour de France, rather. Red Bull lined up on the right-hand side. We've got a left-hander with a road divider in the middle of the corner with just over 5Ks to go. So you don't want to have a mechanical on that because you're not going to get the benefit of the rule. We saw that's where Alex Molinar, similar to how he crashed, same sort of setup here. Twisty, then they go right, and we're about a K from the 5K to go. It gets not very narrow, but narrow enough that the sprint teams just block it. Decathlon on the right with 3 riders, Benoit in front of Coy. Gaviria is able to come back because, he was able to change bike from almost last in the convoy, come back. UNOX in front with Kort, Abrahamsen for Varenshold, Van Asbrook for Bini, got 5 Alpecins, including Philipsen, forming a bubble behind Decathlon. XDS Astana a little bit jumbled up. Pedersen freelancing, as I said, he's got no Edward Turns here, he's got no pilot. 2.3Ks to go, the order's given, we got a left-hander. Tish Benoit sparks the action, and we see Varenshold get shuffled back badly. So he loses the wheel of Abrahamsen, or Court loses the wheel. They don't go onto the NSN train. Decathlon with Hola come over the top. You got Aski in front of Abrahamsen, then Bini, Hola, Bol, Coy, Rickaert, and Alpecin are trying to come up the right-hand side here, but they're going the long way, and their train is quite long. You see Merlier's on the bottom left. He's 1 wheel behind Sturven, but he never gets there. This was his only chance to get there. Varenshold and Court just get shuffled here. Court doesn't keep a wheel free and move Varenshold up the left-hand side into the open space enough. And Varenshold gets boxed badly and loses a lot of positions. And so for Bini, it's looking okay. He's slotted onto Coy. Coy's got a lead out in front of him. Bini and Coy, I'd say, are in good position. Philipsen's also in good position considering he's got Van der Poel in front of him who can lead him out if it stops in front. But the speed is really stop-start. Like the GC team's not trying to control or stay in the front means that the sprint teams have to do more earlier. And here Abrahamsen launches and then Hola just drops the wheel. He's done. And Abrahamsen starts his lead out really, really hard. Varenshold was like 20 wheels back at this point. He's back with Mads Pedersen, who's also been shuffled back badly. Rickaert comes back, but it's just stretched and then it's going to stop. And Case Bol, he's in great position. He's hoping that Rickaert goes over the top, Sturven does a lead out to like 500, and then he can go 500 to 200, 175 for Coy, and then it's an unlosable position. But he feels it's slowing. He first look around here, he sees Van der Poel coming. He's trying to bring Philipsen back up into position. Merlier needed that to happen too. He looks again. It's really slowing. Sturven's not taken over, so Merlier's not on the wheel, so Sturven's just waiting there. And so Bol starts to accelerate here. Coy lets him go. Coy did this in the second sprint, I think. Doesn't follow Bol. He wants to slot onto Sturven's wheel. But Sturven was looking around, takes the wheel of, pretends he's going to take the wheel of Bol, and then lets it go because Merlier wasn't there. So he then lets Bol go, trying to put Coy on a gap with 450. And it's too late for Coy. Like, he can't jump across to Bowl. Bowl was then accelerating. I think when did Bowl actually decelerate? I mean, I think he probably started too hard because he's decelerating here, so it wouldn't have actually been a good lead out because it's at 250 when he was finished. So I'm not sure Coy made the wrong decision, but Varenschal launched from the back when he saw his spot. I'll show you it better in the overhead. Philipsen jumps, Coy's on his wheel, Coy's second, but watch here. Bowl goes, but he goes too hard early. I don't know if he knew that Coy wasn't on the wheel, but Varenschal, he was boxed. He's really deep. He sees the opening here, and he shoots this gap. Turgis follows him a little bit. I mean, if the Caja rider Gaviria comes across more, Varenschal never wins this stage. He just sneaks through in time, gets up to speed, sits down. He's wise enough to sit down in the draft just for an extra half second and then kick again. Philipsen, he goes on to Matthews' wheel, comes around him, Coy gets the slipstream, and yeah, they're slingshotting into Varenschal, but crazy strong 20-second sprint, biggest race win of his career, won Omloop last year, big race winner, winning ahead of Coy, Philipsen, Fretin, Arts, then Binny, Turgis, Russo, Gaviria, Ackermann. Here's what the Norwegian big man had to say after the stage.
Yeah, I thought I was too far back, and then it opened up on the right side like it usually doesn't do, but it was a bit same feeling as my first big win in Omloop at Newsblad. That was also like I was too far back, and suddenly I'm at the front, and then yeah, it's unbelievable.
You've been a world champion as an under-23. You've won Newsblad. You now win on the Tour de France. What does it mean for the rider that you are?
It means everything. It's my biggest win so far, and like I said when I came here, I knew that there are 2-3 guys that are faster than me, but if I'm lucky and I have a good sprint like today, then it's possible. And yeah, usually sometimes I have really good confidence and I believe in myself, but there's many times where I feel super tired and yeah, like it's impossible to win here. So yeah, it's crazy that it happened today. Also after the crash, I felt really shit in the start, but then my body got going and I felt better in the final with adrenaline and everything. And yeah, to finish it off for the team, we have some quite highs and lows in this race. So it's incredible to take this win, and I just have to let it sink in, and then I will probably be more happy than I look now, but it's a big surprise for myself.
Oh yeah, Philipsen got relegated then reinstated. Don't know what happened there. Like, I didn't see too much wrong from him. He obviously should have got relegated for the first sprint where he took Gaviria into the barriers. No changes in GC. Pogacar still leading. We've got another sprint stage tomorrow. Pedersen loses a few points to Binny in the green jersey competition. I think it's between him and Pedersen. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you with the recap tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.